from the Philippines, and I'm going to present to you the result of my study in surviving birds in Central Cebu, Philippines. And this project is funded by the Design Electric Company in cooperation with Philippine Business for Social Progress and the Philippine Science High School Central Visayas campus. Now, to give you an overview of where the location of my study is, it is the map of the world. You will find Philippines over there. It's a small island, an archipelagic island. It's just upper part of Indonesia and some of the Asian countries. So the studies, or the area where I conducted my studies in the central part of the Philippines, in Cebu, the yellow part. So this is the large portion of Cebu Island, and the studies conducted in the central part of the island, right there. So that's Cebu. And Cebu is the 9th largest island in the country, and there were around 7,100 islands, and it's the 9th largest island. And this is considered as the most denuded island in the country, where there were only 1% forest cover. Now, the central part of the island forms the low mountainous ridges, and it's mainly made up of karst. So it's a karst forest. But sad to say, we only have 1% forest cover, including the mangrove areas. However, this area is very important because it is a source of the endemic species, including the black shama. There's one participant here works in the black shama. And we have the Cebu flower pecker, and we also have the newly identified species of owl, the hawk owl, the Cebu hawk owl. So it makes 3. And we also have 1 endemic tree species. We have Cebu cinnamon tree, and 2 endemic bat species. We have the chipnose bat and the Sonia chapman. So these are the endemic species, and all of these are endangered. So it made this island a very important one. So the objective of this survey is just to give a baseline data on the bird species. The area that I conducted is actually a watershed, and BECO, the Design Electric Company, made their project, the reforestation project in the area. And so I made this study to give the baseline data on what are the species of birds that are found in there for future impact assessment of the project. So the specific objective of this study is just to give you an idea on what are the bird species that are found in the area, and determine the endemic and the non-endemic species, and also determine the relative abundance and species richness of the bird species. So this is the map of the survey site. The lines there, the red, blue, and the yellow is where I conducted the Transect surveys. So these are the snapshots of the survey site. As you can see, it's heavily fragmented. We have here the Gimolina plantation, and we have here corn plantation, and on the far side there's another newly planted corn field, and we have mixed grassland, farms, and lots, and we have also abandoned areas. So if you can see, this is the scenario of the entire island. Most of these are heavily fragmented, and this is another snapshot of the area where I conducted, and also this one. So the methods I have used in this study is observational method, and I also conducted interviews with the local guides, and mainly I conducted transect method. So there were 3 transect lines I have made. One is 2 kilometers transect, it's the red one, sorry. And side 2, it's only 1.5 kilometers because there's a cliff, so I cannot go on. So I just made 1.5 kilometers, and for side 3, it's only 1.8 because the other area is already community area, so I cannot go on with the transect. And the rest, I've made point counts, as you have there, the dots. So what we have found in the area for the first objective is just to identify the species found in the area, and there were here are 51 species of birds, and under that 42 genera and 30 families. And species that were unique to each side. So these are the barangays that I have conducted a study on San Miguel, Tabunan, Boybon, and Sibugay, and We have there the unique species in its site. If you're going to look at the spoons, bugay, you have the zebra dove, Asian blue starling, and Eurasian tree sparrow. Most of these species are found in heavily denuded areas, and you can even find this in cities, like the Eurasian sparrow. And the glossy starling with the black bird with red eye. So these are very common in cities. So based on this data, we can say that the area is really denuded. And for Bonbon Biasong Bonbon, you can find a grass owl, Richard's piglet, and piebald. And all of these species are found in grassland because majority of the area that I observe are grassland. That's why we're able to find this species. And the rest, these are forest dwellers, like the Tabunan and San Miguel, because these areas are very close to the remaining main forest in there, the Tabunan forest. For the objective 2, that's to determine the endemic and non-endemic species, we have here for each barangay that I absorbed, you have here the list of number of species and the number endemic. Now, Sayal Tabunan has the most number of species, that's 9 species, and followed by San Miguel with 8, and Bonbon with 6, and 5 in Sibugay. And Sibugay is the least number of species because it's close to the city. While Tabunan is the most number of endemic species because it's closer to the forest. So these are the endemic species observed: plain Bushian, white-eared brown dove, Culacis is the hanging cricket, the Philippine crocodile, Philippine pygmy woodpecker, Philippine bulbul, elegant kit, the plover, white-vented whistler, and lovely-sanded and red skunk, or the red sour pepper. And all of these are not written, and all of them are common. So for the last objective is to determine the relative abundance and richness of the bird species in the area. So I used the used by BB et al. For the status of the birds, we have 8 species that are common and the rest are uncommon. So these are the 8 species that are common in the area. We have Glossis swift-footed pine trailer, Philippine bulbul, tawny grassbird, Asian blue starling, all of that standard and average lifetime as not one. And majority of these are found in areas that are heavily denuded. So for the richness, I've compared the 4 barangays that I have conducted, and Bonbon has the highest number of species, 38, and its gives species per site at 6.43. And here are some of the photos of the birds that I have observed. So we're able to observe a case of Philippine night jarwin. We tried to observe in one barangay, and then we're able to flush the mother, and we're able to see this Gucci. And black lake monarch, and we also observed the nest of piebald with 2 chicks. And we have the black lake oriole, which is very common in the place. And we have the magpie rubin, oriental magpie rubin. And this is the most common one. It's in the cities. We have the Asian blue starling, and we have the zebra dove, and we have the white-colored kingfisher, and we have the common emerald dove, and this one is very common. The Eurasian whisker, even so this morning when we have our breakfast. Okay, in conclusion, the area is really a good habitat, a good habitat for birds, and the number of species may increase if we are going to add more forest in the area. So for the future directions, these are the 3 trends that we observed during our surveys. Number 1 is charcoal making, and the second one is slash and burn farming, and the third is hunting. And this one is very extensive in our place, and we cannot just tell the people to stop doing this because it's their main livelihood. And so I already give this to the funding agency that we should do this in order to conserve the bird species that are found in the area. It's an extensive awareness program because most of the people do not know what they have, especially the endemic and the endangered species that they have. So this one needs to have the awareness program. Empowerment of forest warden for close monitoring. During our survey, we were able to observe slash and burn farming, and we have charcoal making, but nobody made a move because there were only few wardens in the area. And so if we're going to empower them terribly, the number of these entities will be minimized. And continuation of livelihood programs. Now the PBSP, the Philippine Business for Social Progress, offered livelihood programs to minimize the impacts to the forest. And I hope that they are going to continue this livelihood program to continue also the conservation of the area. So these are the references, and these are the people who helped me during the survey. Thank you.